Hey guys, it's Jen Barnhill, your Team Beachbody coach. All right, so I know that all the time I'm blowing up your news feeds about Beachbody and this and that and Shakeology and whatever. And sometimes some of you ask me, well, what is Shakeology? It's just another protein shake, isn't it? Well, I guess it kind of is a protein shake. There's protein in it, but there's so much more in it. And it's hard for me to explain why it's fantastic because that would take forever. So, in order to educate myself and in turn educate you, I'm going to do one ingredient a week and I'm going to call it What's in It Wednesday. So these videos are always going to be posted on Wednesday, so you can check back every week and we'll go through another ingredient. And I mean, I want this to be an education moment. I don't want this to be me selling you Shakeology, because you can get these ingredients, like you can get these vitamins and minerals and whatever any way you want. I don't really care. I mean, all I'm just saying is that this stuff is important for you to know so that you can think about it when you're shopping. So when you're looking at tags on the back of food and you're looking at labels, you can say, okay, Jen said maybe this ingredient is something I need to watch out for. Okay, so the one that we're going to do today in What's in It Wednesday is folic acid. All right, so folic acid is an ingredient in Shakeology. So why is folic acid important? Okay, so I've just taken some notes because I am not a scientist, I'm not a biologist, so we're all going to be learning together. So folic acid is a type of vitamin B. It can be called vitamin M or vitamin B9, and it's naturally found in, it's actually called folate when it's naturally found, and it's found in dried beans, peas, lentils, oranges, whole wheat produce, liver, asparagus, beets, broccoli, Brussels sprouts, spinach. So like all the green vegetables and organ meat apparently. All right, so folic acid, like I said, is actually the man-made version of folate. Folate is something that's found naturally in a lot of different food, but it's actually harder to digest and harder for your body to absorb than folic acid, which is something that's usually added to food or multivitamins or what have you. It's something that is man-made for supplements. And normally, if you were to just eat your food, unless you are consciously making a decision to look out for this, people are not getting enough folic acid. So what does folic acid do? Actually, no, before we go to that, we're going to talk about when you need even more folic acid. So I know for all of you mamas out there who have had babies, your OBGYN probably told you to take folic acid because a pregnant woman needs about a third more folic acid than a normal regular adult. A regular adult should have about 400 mcgs of folic acid every day, and a pregnant lady needs about 600. So if we aren't getting enough just as a regular adult, then you are definitely not getting enough as a pregnant mama. So we want to make sure that the babies are good and healthy. And one of the things that it would decrease the likelihood is spina bifida, because it works on your spine and your whole skeletal system. So that's something we want to avoid for babies. All right, so the other people that need more folic acid than a regular adult would be somebody who has epilepsy, type 2 diabetes, and celiac disease. So if that is anything that you know anyone who has any of these diseases, then you should be telling them you need to make sure you're getting your folic acid. So why do you want to get your folic acid? All right, well, folic acid is instrumental in the creation and maintenance of new cells. So what happens when you're working out? Well, especially since I'm doing Body Beast right now, what happens when you're working out? When you're actually building muscle means that you're destroying the muscle tissues, the cells, and the fibers, and when they grow back together, then they get bigger and stronger so that the next time it's harder to tear them. Well, what do you need in order to grow them back together? You need new cells. So if you're not getting enough folic acid, you're not going to be making progress. And I mean, your body is constantly making new cells. Your hair, your skin, your nails, all that stuff is all new cells. So if you're not getting enough folic acid, you're not going to be able to be growing that stuff healthily. So the other thing that's really important about folic acid is it's needed in the creation of new red blood cells. So when people don't get enough folic acid, it means that you can become anemic very easily. So usually when doctors are prescribing folic acid, it's because you're anemic. So it's a very good idea to not get anemic because that makes you tired, it makes you sluggish, it makes you not just want to do anything, and your body is running at like 50% instead of 75%. Instead of 100%, you want to go for 100. All right. It actually can help protect you against heart disease, some types of cancers, and what did I write? I can't even read my... Oh, and mental decline. I guess regenerating cells in your brain too. And it's actually related to fewer deaths by stroke, which would be a very good thing to avoid because strokes are not good. And I mean, it usually happens as you get older, but if you could prevent it now by taking care of your body, then wouldn't you want to do that? Absolutely. And it actually, now this is not very common. I know about it because my mother-in-law and sister-in-law both have it, and a couple of friends of mine have, and I think it's becoming more diagnosed, but some studies have shown that taking folic acid can help the macular degeneration by about 35%. So that's basically, I'm not a doctor, but it's something in your eyes start to degenerate and you end up with a black circle in the middle of your eye. So you're basically going blind. So if you could take folic acid and get rid of all that stuff, that seems like a no-brainer to me. So we're going to tie this back to Shakeology. Shakeology has folic acid in it, and it has about 50% of your daily dose. So if the world is not getting enough folic acid just by eating vegetables, then you get 200 mcgs in one dose of Shakeology. So that seems like an awesome way to start off your morning because then you're going to have salad and spinach and whatever else you're going to have for dinner, and you'll likely hit 400. So then you're going to be fueling your body so that it can grow new cells. You're going to get the good things out of your workout that you're looking for. All right, so that's what we've got for What's in It Wednesday, and we'll come back to you next week with another ingredient. Thanks, bye.